So without much delay, the job requisition management configuration. So this is our usual or a general way that is happened. So there is a vacancy that is identified by the hiring manager or the line manager under that team. And so then once a vacancy is identified, the next step is to uh, create a job requisition so that you can fulfill that vacancy by hiring a candidate for that particular vacancy. So this is the second step or a general step. So for that, what are the decisions that we have? So how much information will that manager complete? So and the second is how many requisitions will be created. So the first decision, it is like something you would have seen whenever a line manager understands that there is a vacancy present. It depends upon two factors, or there are two things that are present. One is if that manager, a line manager, when we say, it is not that the line manager won't be a person that will be always involved in hiring, or they are not their primary focus or their primary job is not just for just hiring. They will be handling the actual business that for which they are carrying out. For example, if they are an hiring manager for retail operations, so the primary job is to manage the retail processes and operations that are part of in their organization. And as a manager, they also will be assisting in the hiring activities as well under his or her team. So they will be raising the job regulation, but they won't be aware of all the details that are needed while hiring a particular candidate. Like for they will be able to understand, okay, what is the job description for this particular candidate, but some other areas like where will be hiring this particular candidate, like what will be the location and all, and certain there are will be certain like what will be the candidate selection process, what will be the job application flow. So those kind of components that you feel like is very specific to recruitment perspective, that you can't say that the hiring manager should have the knowledge of. Like they do have the, like there can be learning uh, provided to the manager, but you can't say like they will retain those information uh, additional to the work that they are currently doing. So at that point of time, we can take a decision whether the line manager should, whether they should complete the whole application, or we can just provide them some minimal information that they can just initiate for initiating purpose. We can provide them some basic information, and the rest of the specific information the recruiter can complete or the collaborator can complete. So all those decisions we can take place while managing the job requisition. And how will be the requisitions be created? So whether we'll be using the job requisition standalone template, whether we will be referencing a job, or whether we will be creating the requisition using a position, all that particular decision is what is covered by the decision two. The implementation list, it is essentially the you can go to the setup and maintenance once again for all the Java requisition template types. It is under one section only. So you have to go to the setup and maintenance. You have to ensure that it is set to recruiting and candidate experience. And then we have to go to the job requisitions functional area, and there you will be able to find the job requisition template uh, to create. And then you need to, like, if you are in the within your job requisition template, if you are adding the employer description or recruiting organization description, or even the media as well. So it is essential that you have it handy, or those are created first before you create the job requisition template, so that you can add it. Even if it is not a mandatory step, you can always keep your job requisition in the draft mode as well, and then uh, you can like create the other aspects and then attach it and make it enable as well. And then you can determine if the hiring managers will be able to create full job requisitions. So there is a profile option present for that, which I think I have mentioned it uh, in the upcoming slides. So you will have to enable if it is a full uh, job requisition configuration by the hiring manager, the value of that profile option will be Y. But if it is only two or three sections that it should be visible, then you can make the profile option value to be N. Then yeah, then you can create the job requisition template uh, and save it in draft and edit the questionnaire and other resource section. And you can add the descriptions, images or videos that or the media options that you want. And then you can, similar to the uh, preview options that you have seen in questionnaires or even in today's career site, you can preview the job requisition template, how it looks like with all the details that you have presented, and then you can activate it. So that also you can do. And as I mentioned, the visibility of the requisition fields and sections, all this you can do for responsive pages. You can do it in HCM Experience Design Studio, but for the newer pages that are in Redwood, you will have to go to the VBCS VBCS component, and then we will be looking on the standalone templates. So standalone templates, it is essentially you are not matching or you are not adding it to any of the job or positions. It is like you are creating the job requisition with the help of this particular standalone templates. Um, then Next is these are the some of the rules and strategies, like at what level you want it, and all those decision making things that you can utilize while you are creating the standalone templates, so that you can just make use of. We can just check the job requisition template purpose first, and tomorrow we will continue with the creation of the job requisition and the job formatting and job posting methods we can see. And then later we can also we are covering the further topics of interview scheduling and shortlisting that we will focus on more tomorrow. But yeah, today we will just go to the just cover the job requisition template. So same thing like for a recruiting admin, they will have to come to the setup and maintenance. They have to set it to recruiting and candidate experience, and the functional area it will now change to job requisitions. And once you change it to job requisition, the functional task you will have, there are two things, job requisition template and even the job requisition descriptive flex fields that you have under requisition task. So for now we will select the job requisition templates. So if I select that, you can see for this particular demo instance, you are able to see multiple job requisition templates that are present, and you can also see the types as well. So maybe you can take reference, or you can just see what are types are present. And if I click on create, there are multiple other options you can see here. So standalone for jobs for positions. So if I just click on standalone for to just check how it looks like. So you can see it is showing us at the draft mode. It is like with before clicking on save, it is showing these many items. So we will have to set. It is not mandatory that we have to set all the values, but we can set whatever is needed for us at this particular level that we want to provide. So the name of the requisition template and the code, that is the mandatory part, but rest whatever items that we want to uh, auto populate or want to set at the template level, we can do that. And we can also manage the hiring team. We can also do that as well. So if I just for demo, I put A2F demo template. So this is the standalone one. So I will also copy paste it. So yeah, I have filled the mandatory ones. So now I will just say for recruiting type, let me set it to professional, and the recruiter I will put it as the same person that I'm using currently. That is uh, recruiter Conrad, which is the US recruitment officer. I have selected him. Organization also I will just set it to US1. Let me put that as US1 business. Okay, currently it is not showing anything. Okay, organization it is currently the filter is not working much good. So other than that, mm-hmm. Okay, for now I will just okay, candidate selection process. We think there is any A2F1, A2F? I believe it is in draft only, so that's why it is not showing. So for now I will just select this. Okay, not the default one as well. Let's put some random one so that we are aware of it. Let's GM only seems to be the good option. And even this one, if there is anything, yeah, GM application flow, I'm putting it, and we can change these options as well if needed. So apart from the candidate selection process and external application flow, these are the items that you can see under the configuration, provided it is enabled at the BBCS level. So that I will do, and I think that much I will just put, and I will click on save. I have done very minimal options, so but still we will just do this. Now you can see your changes were saved. So after I save it, it is still in draft, but you can see once I click on the first save, I get more or additional things that I can utilize after I click on save. That is the shared schedule. So if there is any shared schedules present, I can use case it at the template level. So here you can see these are the some of the shared uh, present shared interview schedule present that I can use case in this job requisition template level. And then the job formatting as well, I can put either the employer description, the recruiting organization description, as well as the media as well. I can populate it here, and then I can click on preview. I think it won't show much things because I haven't added anything. So you can see job identification, it is only showing as a template demo. There is nothing that I have added anything. So that's why it is showing it as like this. But if we have anything additionally more, we can do it. So now if I, so there are more options as well. If it is in draft, I can delete it. I can duplicate it. Any if it is draft or active, preview the same thing that we saw. We can preview it from the under the actions as well. And apply job is essentially okay. We can also apply the job as well in this. So if I click on assembler, save, so it has applied the whatever details or values were present at the job level for the job assembler. It has applied those things as well. And here I can also configure the screening. So once I clicked on uh, the save button, I also enabled this pre-screening questionnaire as well, where I can add the questions that should be populated while I am selecting this particular uh, job requisition template as well. So this also I can utilize. So if I put one question, if I may, just to show legal. If I, okay, so the same question, so you can see it is disqualification question that we saw. I will just select that only. I clicked on cancel. But anyways, that also we can do it here. And I will just click on yes. I didn't do anything, but let's say I activate it. I think, but it's currently now it is showing as assembler. But let's do one thing. We will move forward with that only. Okay. I think I have to add some other fields as well. Let's see if we can activate. Continue. Yeah. So it has been activated. And now you can see the status is active. So how it will be useful? A2F demo template. It is of standalone. We will see the position and job maybe tomorrow. But if I show how it is use cased directly, if I click on hiring and I go to, which we will anyways go tomorrow as well. If I go to requisition and click on create, uh, so once I click on create, how to start and the how to start section, here we have, it is asking us create requisition using. So here if I click on template, and it will ask me the recruiting type. So I will put as professional, which I believe I had selected at that point of time. And think the location, I don't think so I have selected anything, but I'm not sure whether that will play a factor for selecting it to a demo template. But let me put it as Australia for now. And if I see, okay, so here we can see only the TOF demo template is only visible, because I think there will be other standalone templates which are based on primary location as well as a recruiting type, for which we are not able to see it. But A2F demo didn't have, only had this professional recruiting type, and now it is visible, and it is now taking all the values from the assembler job that we selected. Even those values are being populated as well. So you can see requisition time title also, it came as assembler. So, and the recruiter also has come as contract recruiter. So this is how the requisition template, this is the standalone requisition template, how it works. So for position and job, it will work similarly. It is just like we have an additional step to attach it at the position or job level. So that is the power of a Java requisition template, or the use case of Java requisition template that is present. So that's it for today. We will focus, or we will continue with the Java requisition creation and posting and formatting for tomorrow. And we will also focus on the other topics so for that day, which is the interview scheduling and shortlisting tomorrow. So thank you and have a nice day.